Oh my goodness. Welcome everyone. This
Welcome,
is
everyone.
Messages for Lightworkers with my beautiful co-host, Marina of Heart Center Tarot, and I'm Val, Dragonfly Crystals, 93rd episode of Messages for Lightworkers. And we have a really good topic for you. And I just want to stop and say hi to Ellen R., Divine Magic Occult. Thanks for stopping in. And Laura Hammond Davis. We have Linda G up against us right now. We won't say it like that because we love Linda G doing her members readings. So we know a lot of you will catch this on the replay, which is fine.
Fabulous.
Yeah, fabulous. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Hi, Artist Liz. Like and subscribe to Heart Centered Tarot, Marina's channel. And also, this is being simulcast, and also Dragonfly Crystals. That would be wonderful. Also, join memberships. Mine is on a website, dragonflycrystals.store. Marina's, you can join directly, and maybe eventually it'll be web-based too. So look for that. Also, classes, look at Marina's heartcenteredtarot.com. And you can sign up for classes and book a reading, whatever you want, which are fabulous. There it is.
There you go.
Learn this these are skills learned from Gerald.
From Gerald. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Totally. I love his organization when it comes to things like that. It's like, oh, that's a good idea. I'll do that.
He is so excellent. So also you can sign up for my classes at, there's still room, by the way, for my Akashic Records class this Saturday. It's only $49 and you walk away and you will read the records.
Yes.
So you can sign up at dragonflycrystals.store. And I think that's the only class I have available right now because I've created a waiting list, and you can sign up with the form on that booking page and tell me which classes you're interested in. And as soon as I create a date for them, you will be notified. So that's a really good way to decide when it's time to start a class so that we don't, have any lag time between classes. We'll know how many people are interested in the class. So that having been said, welcome to Messages for Lightworkers once again. And I want to say hi to Mimi, Christian, Gladfly, Chris, and I caught Artist Liz, Laura Hammond Davis, and Divine Magic, Ellen R. already. Thank you all for being here. We love it. And Viviani, hi. And Mimi, yeah. How do I know if I'm a light worker? Mimi, you wouldn't be here.
Yeah, if you weren't. If you've ever tuned into this show, even once before, and you've come back, you're a light worker.
There you go. Yeah. And what is a light worker? Well, here's the thing. A light worker could be anyone, but look, you're really a positive person who is here, you're paying attention to things outside of your ego mind. It's spirituality, something that seems to draw you toward that uplifting information and uplifting things. And even though you may not realize it, you're sending energy out by your very presence in a room.
Yes.
And as you grow in your skills, you're doing it on purpose in meditations and doing other things. But it isn't just a doing. You are, just by being a light worker, you are being present and you're a light worker. Yeah. Just what it says. You're spreading light. And light is the frequency of love, is the frequency of light, is that God energy, that Om in the universe. So yeah, that was a great question. Thanks for asking that. And hi, Sixes. Good to see you. So Marina, what's coming up on your channel?
Oh, well, later on tonight, I'll be on with Cleo the Seer, and we have a special guest tonight, which is Jane of Jane the Seeker.
Oh,
Will be joining us for Kitchen Table Issues, and that's when we'll be talking about what's going on in the news, who's making the news, why are they making the news. We wish they would stop making the news, that that kind of stuff.
yeah.
And it's kind of a little bit of a perspective on what's going on. And then tomorrow at 8 p.m. Mountain Central Time, Val and Allie and I are doing Story in the Cards. And that is one show that I always really look forward to, because we take a snarky, satirical look at people like Trump, like Sarah Huckabee Sanders, anybody that is a little yucky. Yeah, and we take out our nasty cards, and we read what they're up to with our nasty cards, and it's amazing how often the nasty cards are absolutely on target.
They really are.
Yes, yeah. So
but it's fun, right? It's lighthearted.
It is. You know what? It has to be, because we're still, even though we are seeing the light, there are still sometimes when it's easy to fall back into that. That a little bit of that negative, and this is a way for us to just laugh at the absurd. Right? We all do it. We all do it anyway. So let's get together.
And do it together.
And do it together. And Eleanor says nasty cards. Yes.
Well,
our deck of characters, our listen biatch cards.
Oh, the listen biatch cards are some of my favorite. I mean, these are a little, they're caricaturish a little bit, and they are funny as heck.
Yes.
So, tune in for that if you will. It's
Absolutely.
7 p.m. Pacific time on Friday night, or 10 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah.
So that would be fantastic.
Exactly.
And Pierrette, glad you could join us. A Magical Mermaid, hello. And I guess with that, we will, I should tell you, tonight I am having, I'm going on Arthur Ease Your Mind's channel. And so that's at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So check that out on Arthur's channel. And go ahead.
I was going to say, can you star Sherry Freeberry's comment just now at 4:10?
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to put it up?
Yeah, there. That
Marina, we can start our topic. Marina, why don't you start with that? Yeah.
Totally understand that, Sherry. I found out last night that someone that I considered a friend, and we were friends for many, many years, but we had kind of drifted apart, passed away in August, and I just found out about it yesterday. And so her celebration of life ceremony is tomorrow, and I plan on attending. And it brought me kind of a little closer to the idea of people transitioning out of my life, because I've had people, my dad passed away, my uncles, my aunt. I have had other people around me that have passed away. This is different. This is a contemporary.
Right.
And it really kind of shook me. I had a hard time sleeping last night, because it just it kind of highlighted a little bit of my own mortality, which I know. I am going to transition just like everyone. I'm not going to live forever. And it doesn't mean that Lisa is dead. It means that her physical body is no longer functioning or available. Her soul carries on. So I know that she is in a better place, that she is she's doing her life review and everything that needs to be done on the other side. And she realizes what, why she was down here and what her lessons were. And I know that she was in a lot of ways, a very tortured soul. And I get that. My memories of her were always, just always laughter. Always. She had a real quick wit, was a consummate salesman. I mean, she could sell ice to the Eskimos. And we had so much fun, so many good times when we were together, when our friendship was thriving. And then it just, I know she had some health issues that, well, she had to have bypass surgery, quadruple bypass surgery, almost immediately after having given birth to a child that she was never supposed to be pregnant with. So it was like a lot of emotion and a lot, you're joyous that you finally have this much wanted child. And then you're going on the operating table, and the reality is you could die on the operating table. So I know it was very emotional. And so, it took its toll on her. I get that. I understand that. And sometimes she would refer back to it, and kind of, rather than reach out, she would cocoon and go in. So, like I said, I know that she is in a much, much better place. I know that, I can communicate with her when I want. And I'm sure that I will.
You will.
Yeah.
I'll tell you backstage, she's here.
Oh,
chewing on my ear. I had to write down a bunch of things from her. But
perfect.
My ear's hot and my side is like,
yes.
This is where they stand.
Yes. Yeah. So Sherry, I totally understand. I understand how you feel. I understand where you're coming from. And for, anyone else who has lost someone close to them, I understand. And, the thing is that we are all going to go through this.
Yeah, it isn't. Right? Nobody's going to escape it.
No.
It isn't something to be escaped. It means you get out of the illusion, the 3D matrix, the play, the construct. There's our Earth School. Yes. And you get to be in the real space.
Yes.
Which is your spiritual energy body. Yeah. And
it's like living in a glass house, and there you are. And one day somebody says, "Hey, did you notice that this door opens?"
Yes,
exactly. And you go, "Oh, my! I can go out there. I can touch things."
Good analogy. It's exactly like that, and that's kind of exactly what my guides were saying for messages for light workers about that kind of thing. Yeah. But I have to say, I too, even when I hear about my husband's brother, who's I think 76, he's having all kinds of friends pass away, and it's hitting him so hard because you think about your mortality, and you also are missing these people because they're really good friends. And you realize, oh my God, you start counting down. It's not that far away or whatever. Well, I don't know if that's really true anymore with CRISPR technology and all these things advancing. But at the same time, we should be able to look at it like, oh, it's a normal crossing. It's a normal thing.
It's a transition.
Yeah, it's a transition. So it's definitely something to be celebrated, and a celebration of life like your friend is having is an excellent thing. I love that. Yeah.
Yes.
So is there anything more you want to say on that, Marina? Or can I?
No, but I think it dovetails really nicely with the message that you got, because
Yeah.
I was kind of stuck for, okay, you know, what is it that you want us to talk about? And I wasn't getting anything
Yeah.
except this
It
feeling
seems
of
that what happened to you was it.
what, yeah, that was the message.
Yeah, that really was the message, and I think
Yeah.
that's that because it does
Yeah.
dovetail into what I got, and so I heard, um, the lightness of the heart
Yeah.
is the key to and I added in my claircognizance to frequency and resonance, and, so as above, so below. You know, here in the 3D or the line in the cross that
Yes.
creates the veil is just a 3D concept, and this is what they said, "You shall pierce the veil, for it is not but your own 3D illusionary concept." And so they showed a box with the arrow just going up out of the box.
Yeah.
So feel and think outside this box. Just like Marina said, you're in this glass dome or glass bubble, and you realize, oh, there's a door. You can go outside. Well, you don't have to wait till you transition. You can do that now. But yeah, so this is something they wanted us to realize and to know that um,
Yeah.
when we not just in this situation where people are crossing and we should realize we should whatever we
Yeah.
realize that we too are making that transition at some point into the higher frequencies of light, into our light body, into our normal, because this earth school is an illusionary situation we created, a concept to teach us, to help us remember and to feel contrast, because if we're just bliss, we can't even we don't know what the other side of the coin is till we created this concept of earth school to feel these experiences, all these multitude of the feeling body, feeling it in the physical, feeling it in the heart, in all these different ways. So, and we thought that was fun. When we're on the other side, we think it's fun, but
Yeah.
because, you know, once you get on the other side, you realize all of this is just an illusionary school, and none of it is not really pain, not really all this stuff that you think you're having, or that you are, but you really aren't. So it's kind of an interesting concept. But what I really want to say too is that um, when you're watching a show like, for instance, Lawrence O'Donnell, we all love him. He's great. And the
Yes.
2 days ago, he did one kind of commentary that, of course, he's saying the truth. He's pointing things out, but you're sitting through what is very heavy energy, listening, even though he's pointing the truth out, because he's dredging up all these shenanigans and all these things that aren't the truth. And by the time you get done, you're like, oh gosh, I got to turn that off. Well, they're telling you to feel the lightness of your heart. If that didn't make you feel lighthearted, if that dropped the lightness of your heart, then that's a checkpoint where you need to step away and keep your heart light, keep your heart energized. Because the lightness of the heart is your key to breaking through everything, your key to the higher frequency, and it is what will resonate with you. So, of course, you want to keep your heart light. And there's a whole bunch of things, whatever I'm not saying, and you can think about of a light heart, think about it, your humor, everything that relates to being lighthearted.
Yep.
Because this is what my guides actually said about that. The lightness of the heart So remember that no matter what you're doing or where you're doing, the heart is the gateway to everything. It really is your holy grail. So
Yeah, and the
that is
light
your
is
barometer.
not only the light that shines from it, but it's also keeping a light heart.
Yes.
Don't walk around with a lot of negative energy and carrying somebody else's baggage with you and whatnot. Just
Absolutely.
yeah, keeping a light heart, so that I think in a lot of ways that is what keeps you progressing. That's what keeps you young, is the
Yeah.
ability to change, to recognize change as a powerful good thing, not
Oh,
something that is coming in to challenge you. Yeah.
I just found out
Hi,
Viviani. Happy birthday, Viviani.
hello. Yes, happy birthday. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Love
Viviani.
it. 21. Imagine
I
21.
know, right? 21. Right. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, how
Oh my
lovely.
goodness. Oh my goodness. I just
Yeah.
didn't even realize it. So
Yes. Yeah.
so anyway, anyone who has any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. And I
Yes.
just want all of you to know that um I know how real all this is. Obviously, I lost my son when he was 38 years old, so I've been
Yeah.
through down the road of complete grief, like you can't get
Yeah.
out of bed. So,
Yes.
really, I do speak from knowledge, a place of understanding, and I can tell you at this stage, having understood that I will not become in that state again if someone crosses.
Yes.
Once you've gone through that, you understand, uh, it really gives you that whole picture about
Yeah.
what that's about, and,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
So,
I know that they're on the other side, as um in some places where people are weeping and going on, and I know they're there going, no, hey, you, I'm here. It's
exactly.
that body, that's just like the car that I left by the side of the road. I'm here. So I think a lot of times is giving into the memories and laughing, and this is going to sound strange, laughing at a funeral.
Yeah,
I think just it makes the person who has transitioned happy.
yeah,
Yeah.
it does. Isn't that the truth? It
Yes.
really does. I mean, that's really the
Yeah.
main thing, is that you really, okay, I've started to start questions, but it really does make the other
Yeah.
person to be acknowledged. And that's why every day I talk to my son and I
Yeah.
say hi to him every morning. And before I go to bed, I say good night. And,
Yes.
sometimes I tune in and I say, and he's just like he was in life. He's short and to the point.
Yes.
And, he was a Pisces
Yeah.
too. But
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
you really, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And
So,
you know what? I do the same thing with my dad. I know that if I'm out there and there is if I find a feather in an unusual place,
mhm,
I know that that's
yeah,
my guides and my angels telling me that they're around me. B, that's my dad
yeah,
confirming that he's with there. He's got my back, and
yeah.
I will always stop. I'll pick it up and I'll say, "Thanks, Dad."
That's exactly
And
right. He loves it, I'm sure. And he
yes,
loves it. And I
yeah,
love that Divine Magic Occult is saying our afterlife is designed according to our beliefs. Well, it surely
yes,
is. And even if you believe in hell, you get to go to the lower
yes,
planes and it'll exist for your pleasure.
yes,
Not, but I mean, it's there as your expectation
yes,
is asking for as long as you say you need it. Some are reunited with family and some ascend in the higher planes. I know where I'll go when I go and excited for when that time comes. Absolutely divine magic occult. And so that's why an expanded awareness is always a very important thing, so that when you cross over, you allow in the highest frequency of love and light experience, so that you won't have to go to any of these lower concepts.
Yeah.
Because you will have the stage that you expect till you are done with it. And then, you aren't stuck there forever, but it's just, yeah.
Yep.
Just like, When Dreams May Come, that movie that Robin Williams was in, it
Yes.
really, a lot of that was right. I have to say, Sterling always says that, and I say, he's right. Some things were a little too religious, but other things were right. Okay, so I'm right now, I'm to Viviani. I got 5-starred.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, and all
Did
eyes,
you get
Ellen R.
Allie's NC, Chris Queen, Christian Martinez,
I'm
Ellen
at I'm at 3:26 right now, starring, and that would be 4:26 your time. So I'm
Okay.
just
Yeah.
getting to
All right.
Chris.
Okay.
I'm just getting to, yeah.
Yeah.
And we could start, if you want, you could start on
Christian.
Christian Martinez says, I sent a birthday gift to Laura R and she returned it back to me. Laura and I were very close. I feel someone gave her bad advice. Do you see her contacting me this year? Okay.
Christian, it does not feel good. I think that, and I noticed that you had mentioned after that, one of the other comments that you had, you said, do you see her realize her mistake? As far as she's concerned, she did not make a mistake. She made a judgment call, and you may feel like you haven't done anything wrong, and that's not to say that you did. It's our own perception of how we come across to other people is much different than their perception of how we come across. So there's lots of things to consider. If you have reached out, you have sent a gift, she returned it, let that be that. You do not need to get further in. I get the Ace of Wands. This is clear messaging from her, right? Wands are all about messaging. This is her saying no. No, she may change her mind at some future point. If she does, I get the Chariot. If she changes her mind, or if she wants to discuss the situation, she will reach out to you. And the more that you try to appeal to her emotion, Ace of Cups, I can't believe how these cards are coming out. The more that you try to appeal to her and, well, what did I do? What happened? What not? You're having the opposite effect. Rather than encouraging her to speak, you're forcing her into dealing with something that she's not ready to deal with. And oh my God, and that is not going to work out for you. So best thing to do is, you have reached out, you have done what you can, you now need to walk away. You now need to just simply let it go. Stop wondering, stop trying to find out, well, what does she think? What about this? Just say, okay, Laura, that's it. Thank you. That you were in my life for a reason. The Page of Cups is at the bottom. You're just simply walk away and let it be. This is not a contest. This is not a contest. And I think there's a part of you that is thinking that, well, you know, you're not really concerned about her as much as you are concerned about you, in terms of, well, I need to find out why she did this to me. Don't. Just
And
look.
I have to agree, Christian. And I have to say that sometimes when we think back on our relationships with people and we may want to rekindle something, we're thinking with a slightly rosy glass look and not the reality of what the relationship really was. And so they're telling you to pause on that, place a big pause on it. This is a fork in the road. She chose her fork. This is a clear message to you. There's something, like Marina said, about being aggressively pursuing the why is not a good thing. Because just leave it as an unfinished symphony. And if, in fact, she ever wants to contact you again, that's up to her. But she sent you the clear message. Believe her, and say, okay, accept it, accept it. Say your energetic goodbyes to her if you want, by putting her in front of you in visualizing and saying, I wish you well. I send you love and light. And if we should meet again, fine. If not, no problem.
Yep.
And go on with your business. And this is what's coming up for you. And this may be one of those experiences where where you reached out, you made yourself vulnerable by reaching out, but it wasn't reciprocated. Hopefully you'll realize that doesn't change how you should feel about yourself. This is a lesson in feeling love for yourself, feeling compassion for yourself, and appreciating who you are, and standing in that right now. And it would be self-love in a holistic way.
Being comfortable with surrender.
With surrender, yes. So thank you for that, Christian.
Yes.
And Chris Queen is asking, just started with my pendulum. How do I know when I'm connected with good spirits rather than? You just set the tone for it. You call in your highest angels and guides, or call on who it is, Archangel Michael, or whoever you want to come through. What do you say, Marina?
Yes, absolutely. You program your pendulum.
Yes.
Right. You program your pendulum to, always tell me the truth, nothing but the truth. Okay. And yes, only those things that are of God's light and love are allowed to break through the pendulum, to come to me, to whatever. And then you can start off by asking. And this is what I do with my pendulums. And, you can do it differently. Is I will hold it and I will say, are you ready to talk? And it will start to move. And I will say, all right, can you show me your response for yes? And it will either go up and down, it'll go sideways, it'll go in a circle, whatever it is. Great. Thank you very much. Now, can you show me your answer for no? And again, pay attention to what it does. And what is your answer for maybe, or ask again? And it will show that. And then I will ask it questions that I know the yes or no answers to. In this lifetime, is my name Marina? And you can't say, is my name Marina? Because you need to be specific. In this lifetime, it is. In another lifetime, I could have been William. So,
exactly.
Do that. And then trust your pendulum. Thank it after you're done asking the questions, and keep it in a sacred place. I put mine in a small little in a little bag when I'm carrying it around with me. And when I'm not using it, they're hanging by me, but they're always here. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm always kind of in their energy, and they're ready to go.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah,
I love that.
that's how you'll know.
Okay. So Chris, now you know. I also, I ask my guides beforehand and I get an
Mhm.
answer,
Yes.
or I do the cards or both. And then if you want to do the pendulum after, fine and dandy
Mhm.
I don't just do the
Yes.
pendulum because for me, it's kind of unreliable. It
Yes.
does just check the energy at the moment. You have to keep,
Yes.
yeah. But anyway, thanks for you, Chris, for that question. And Viviani, our birthday girl, would love a message from my guides about new projects and anything I need to know. Okay.
Absolutely.
A birthday girl.
Absolutely. Oh, Viviani, I just want to smile because whenever I think about your guides or connecting with your guides, they're always just so loving.
They are.
So yeah, like are you watching, world? Our team. This is part of our team. And it's like yeah, so lighthearted and so
Really
fabulous.
are. They
Um,
really are.
okay, you know what? I'm going to go to the angelic messenger cards because I think those are the ones. I was shuffling the tarot when I heard, no, not those. Okay. All right. Well,
Well, I got you. They're telling you you have a deep knowing, and this is energy that is within you now. And they're saying, open to receive even more. They're
yes.
telling you everything you do, make sure it's done by the book because, and check in if you're, feeling like, you're checking in with us, but, check in with yourself. So there's a sense of comfort you're developing from hearing a confirmation of what you believe is going on, which we totally understand. There is more messages are forthcoming. Message in a bottle is really about
Yeah.
more. You're contemplating a lot of things. You're having the building blocks of what you're putting together. Trust yourself that you are going in the right direction. Um, and keep checking in with yourself because they're saying right away you have that deep knowing, that inner
Yes.
connection. Absolutely.
Wonderful. And what I'm getting is that your guides are telling you to be tender with yourself, to be gentle on yourself, and know that everything that is worth doing takes time, and it all comes exactly when it is supposed to. And that happens on divine time. It doesn't happen on our human time because we always want everything right now.
Yes.
I want to know the answers to everything that I've ever wanted to know about. And can you deliver it before 7 o'clock? Because I'm going out at 7:30. Right?
That is so
So they're
true.
saying, yeah, be gentle, allow things to come in. I also got choice, right? You're going to be everything that you do is a matter of choice, whether you choose to concentrate on the good or concentrate on that which is a challenge or uncomfortable. It is always a choice.
Yeah.
And anytime along the way, you do have the freedom to change your mind. You do have the freedom to say, you know what, that's not working for me. I'm going to try something else.
Mm-hmm.
And then I pulled self-worth. So don't question your self-worth, because sometimes you there is that little voice in your head that talks to you and that says, oh yeah, you really think you're something special, you know.
Yeah.
And what you need to do with that little voice is to say, yeah, there's, go sit in the corner. Because I also, after I pulled the cards, I thought, okay, well, there was a reason I was shuffling the tarot. So maybe I'll just pick a couple cards from the tarot. And I got the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is all about, she's about emotion. She's about security. She's the only queen in the tarot that her cup has a lid on it. Okay. So you're getting to the point where you are being encouraged to lift the lid off of all that emotion, experience everything, have fun with everything, look at everything. And then I pulled the Devil. And I thought, oh, that's really interesting. Okay, what's the Devil doing here? Now, here's the funny part. The self-worth card, look at the number.
15.
Number 15.
Yeah.
The Devil is card number 15.
There you go.
So what that told me was, when it comes to your self-worth, when that little voice gets inside your head, that's the ego. That's a little bit of that devil energy who wants to get in there and control things, and who wants to make sure that you know your place in the grand scheme.
Yeah, like just know it's an illusion. It's not real.
It's an illusion. Yeah. So you say, no, listen, you.
Yeah, exactly. Put
that
him,
ego,
put him
devil energy. No time for you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Try again later. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, that's what your guides are telling you is, yeah, be tender with yourself. Look at the choices and know your self-worth. Know that you are absolutely where you need to be, doing exactly what you need to be doing. So if you're looking at new projects, go for it. You can always change your mind.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Love those cards for you. That was
and happy birthday again.
Yes, absolutely.
So we have all eyes, Nick, Zanik. I don't know what it is, but I know you all eyes. So all
good. Glad to hear it, Viviani. Yes.
I've been experiencing a lot of anxiety lately about mortality. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, Allie, it's like we were discussing earlier about when we see people around us that are transitioning, it's we're part of us on a spiritual level. We're glad that they have transitioned, because it means they have achieved what it was that they came here to achieve. On an egoic level, we say, well, that's not fair, because I enjoyed their company. So why did they have to leave? I wasn't done with them yet. They might have been done with me, but I wasn't done with them. So it's that little struggle between the two. And if you're having some anxiety about it, maybe it's time to examine some of the beliefs that you have about mortality. What does it mean to you? Do you see death as something that is final? Do you see death as something that is a transition? How do you associate things with death? Is it something that is a peaceful process, or is it something that is more painful and violent? When you can dig deep and find out which one of those things is making you anxious, and you'll know when you start to dig deep, that will be the one that is going to go, no, not me. No, squirrel, look somewhere else. Don't look at me. There's nothing going on here. That's when you found it. Once you can identify it and come to terms with it, you'll see a lot of the anxiety will leave, because it is just a transition.
And at the same time, she was really asking for a message from her guides, but I think that was an important message, because when you are being anxious, when you are feeling that kind of anxiety, that means you don't trust your plan, your divine plan that you're here on earth for. And so the messages would be the same coming from your guides and angels now to talk to you. So everything Marina said, and realize, be at peace with everything that is in front of you. Speak up about things that are not in accordance with how you feel your life should be going. You have the choice to create the life you want. When it's time to go, it's already contracted in when your exit point will be. It doesn't matter. So just enjoy everything exactly as you are. And you're at a fork in the road. There are choices that are going to come before you. But listen, you definitely want comfort. You're at an anxiety point in your life because of this fork in the road. And so you just take deep breaths, realize there is no wrong path because you can always change and go down another path if you don't like the one you're on. Nothing's concrete. You are flexible, and just breathe and realize why. Ask yourself, why do I want to go down this road? And think long-term 10 steps ahead. Why? And then go inside and really feel into that. This will help you make the decisions, going into your heart and feeling into every decision and what it feels like long-term. 10 years down the road, would this be the right road I would take? So I hope that helps. And thank you for your question.
Absolutely. And hello to Kelly, the mystic next door. Thank you for joining us.
Hi. Oh, and just one more question. We're not really reading on this. We're just going to talk about this. Yeah. My friend Laura R. stopped talking to me. I didn't do anything bad. Laura turned away a birthday gift I sent her. Do you see her realizing her mistake? Well, it's not a mistake. She sent you the package back. Marina, you want to speak to that?
Yeah, you know what? I kind of did address that in the first time around, where I said, I noticed, and particularly that. Do you see her realize her mistake? Yeah, there is
no mistake.
It's not a mistake. It's not a win or lose, right or wrong thing. So this is where you kind of have to give up the control.
Yeah, it's about giving up that control, and it's really good to give up the control.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an experience, right?
Yes. Exactly.
Okay. So we have Ellen R. and artist Liz left. So Ellen R. is asking, could I have a message from my mother or father? It doesn't matter which one you are able to tap into.
Hello, Amanda Carol. All right. Okay.
Did your dad either smoke? I don't know if he smokes cigarettes. What did he smoke? Because he's smoking. I don't know if he smoked. I didn't read, but I see him standing next to your mother and he's smoking. So, and they're there. They're very present, both of them together, standing here talking to you. And, they think you're doing fantastic. They don't even know, they don't even know why you're calling on them, because your life is going well. I mean, I don't even know what to say. They're just standing there.
Oh, she says, he gave up smoking about 30 years before he died.
Started on the other side again.
Yeah. Or, hey, Jen. Or, sometimes they like to come through with ways that we can say, and you can identify and say, oh, yes, that was him. So, I see Dad kind of, and it's funny you picked up on the father, Val, because I got the father energy right away as well with the yes, with and it was a certain tobacco that he smoked, that it's kind of
I didn't know if it was some cigars or pipes or
yeah,
but
yes,
it was
yeah,
about tobacco. There's something about tobacco.
yes,
Yeah,
absolutely. And
there
he
is.
is he's,
Yeah,
aside from the fact, very proud of you, but
yeah.
he is letting you know that you're showing the potential that he always saw in you. He
Always.
he was always kind of your cheerleader, even when he didn't um, express it, because he didn't want you to think that if he made comment about how proud he was of you, that you would view it as him trying to steal some of the thunder. Like, that he would want to express that you're successful because he had something to do with it, if that makes any sense to you. But he was very, very proud, and he knows your potential. He's also saying, yes, he has been well, both he and mom, because mom just kind of peeked over and went like this, that both of them are working and helping with your healing. And they're one of the things that dad wants to bring up is your vulnerability. And he's saying, don't see your vulnerability as a weakness. It's not. It's a strength. It's just it's how other people see your vulnerability and what they do with it that kind of determines how you see it. But it's not a weakness for you. He's there to
Acknowledge
to acknowledge, to guide, and so on. And then I get the Six of Wands, and this is a celebration card. They are right there with you, and dad is saying the road that you're on is going to lead to celebration. This is going to be some acknowledgement, some some recognition, some it's like a public acknowledgement of what you've done. So yeah, they're there, and he's
so proud of you. And I have to say, everything Marina said, and it's almost like he broke out the smokes to celebrate.
yes.
He's saying he always knew you had all of this in you. Yeah. And it's just, what do you even calling us for? Because you got it. They're really proud of you, really, really proud of you. Yes. And of course, they're around you all the time. Yes. You can definitely call out to them and talk to them. And I'm
anytime.
Sure they would make something move in the room or turn something on. All you have to do is ask them to do it, and they will, to show you they're there. Yeah, but they came right in.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
So, yeah. Congratulations. Your parents love you. And so,
yes,
Ellen,
they do.
They do. And our last question is artist Liz. Can I have a message from my friend Eileen? She was so dear to me. Will we be in my next lifetime together, along with my friend Helen? The three of us were great friends. Helen is still alive. Thanks.
Uh-huh.
So Eileen is crossed over.
Yeah. Okay. You're the three of you were sisters in a past life. That is why you got along in this lifetime. You instinctively recognized each other. The Eileen was the okay. She's telling me she was the brains of the operation between the three of you. She was the one who came up with the ideas, and the two of you, Helen and you, either went along or she would convince you to go along, because she liked to be in charge. She was, yeah, that's what she's saying. The brains of the operation. Did she have an accent? Was she because yeah, she's coming at me with a little bit of attitude, not
Yeah,
not
I'm getting that same thing. That's
yeah,
why I'm laughing.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
Eileen drove the getaway car. Yes, yes,
Yes,
Jen. She
exactly.
did.
Well, there you
Yeah,
are.
she was
Yeah.
she was the one who the Knight of Wands, the ideas person. You know, hey girls, have you thought about, like, she'd be the one who would yeah, she would come up, Friday evening and say, hey, do you ladies want to drive to blah blah blah? We can leave right
Yeah.
now. It'll only take a few hours to get there. But yeah, she was
Eileen was
older and she was from
older, and
Boston.
she was from Boston. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They have a distinctive accent.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so yeah, she was the ideas person, and very much the King of Swords, the person who was in charge. And she could, oh, she was your best friend or your worst enemy, because if you made her mad, oh, she would cut you down to size like nobody's business. So yeah, will she be in your next lifetime? You guys, the three of you seem to take on different roles for each other.
Mhm.
So I suspect that, yeah, you will be. Yeah, she will be in your life again at some point.
Yeah. And I have to say, this love life, these are
Yeah.
the past life um cards, oracle cards, and I
Yeah.
just pulled them because I was drawn to it. And love life,
Yes.
basically, she means she loved life with all of you. It was
Yes.
so enjoyable to her, and because you three were so aligned, really aligned. But you notice this cross, that's the veil, and the up and the down, that aligning with as above, so below. Just remember, there's no veil, and you can listen to her. She communicates with you. She says it's a fresh start so that we don't have to come back into relationship like we were. We can be together as we wish whenever we want. So it's a beyond what you're thinking of. But she also wanted to say you've had Native American lifetimes together, and you have had lifetimes where you were on ships as sailors because you were adventurers.
Yes.
You guys were adventurers, and you just carried it through into this lifetime. And that's what you were together, the three musketeers having adventures. So, she's absolutely delighted that you talked about her and you called her in. She's a Spitfire.
Yes.
She's got quite a
Yes.
personality.
Yeah.
Eileen and I were both artists. Helen was a nurse, and all three of us psychic empaths. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Totally.
absolutely.
Strong Native American past.
Empath. Yeah, you guys definitely had beautiful lifetimes together.
Yeah.
And I actually think you were braves. You were the male counterpart in these
Yeah.
lifetimes, and you had your own families and everything, but you were like brothers in this particular kind of incarnation. So, yeah, absolutely. I feel that. So that was beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us, because the bond is very strong. Definitely a soul family in your soul group.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we generally tend to recognize those people. They're and sometimes even people that we have had past lives with that were uncomfortable situations or relationships, we recognize them as well, because they're usually the ones that, you're at a party and someone says, oh, have you met my friend
Yeah.
Stuart? And you go to shake Stuart's hand and you go, I don't think so. And it's like, oh, yeah, there's just something off. Everybody loves Stuart. What's wrong with you? Yeah, it's generally a past lifetime where things
Yeah.
didn't go well. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
And she says, yeah, used to joke and say that in our next lifetime, I would own a brothel. And she and Helen, yes.
Yes, like that kind of thing. She was quite a character. No doubt about that.
Absolutely.
Great sense of humor.
Absolutely. Love that energy. Oh my gosh.
Absolutely. That was so fun. Thank you for sharing that with us. And with that, thank you all for joining us. We absolutely loved having you in the chat. This show is for you. So without you, we wouldn't be on giving messages for Lightworkers. And I want to say again, go to my beautiful co-host Marina Heart Center Tarot's channel. Please like and subscribe. Book a reading. Fabulous, fabulous readings. Sign up for a class. Marina's heartcenteredtarot.com. And watch us tomorrow for Storing in the Cards. You will love it, of course. I know you already watch, right?
Yes, everybody does. Yeah. And do the same thing for Val. Make sure that you're subscribed to her channel, look into her classes, get yourself an Akashic record reading. You won't be disappointed. And just, anytime that you guys, when you subscribe, when you share, when you leave a comment after the video, it raises the algorithm and puts us out in front of a lot more people. Not because we're interested in being in front of a lot more people, but people out there are asking questions that we have the answers to. They just don't know where we are. So when you do that, you can, when you do all those things, you get us out in front of those people and they know where to go.
So thank you.
Thank you.
See you next week on Marina's channel, Heart Centered Tarot. And
for episode 94.
Bye, everyone.
Take care, all. Bye.